To this point now, this is our music player. We're able to create something like this buttons. We're able to create some buttons. So while this video, we're going to add the art of label that is going to show the music that is being played here. We're also going to change some things from this of our importation, because us importing this Py game in this way is actually taking a toll on our environment, because I tend to import everything from that of Py game, and when I run this my program, I tend to get it to be pseudo. So since we only need one thing from this of our Py game, which is called the mixer. So we can just from Py game import this mixer. This mixer guy is what we are going to use to play the music, pause the music, resume, and do a whole lot of other things. So the next we are going to do is also to add the label that is going to display now playing for us, because right now there's no now playing showing any music that we're currently playing. To be able to achieve that, it's going to be a label, so we can just call it showing underscore label. So here is going to be that of the label, and what do we want this label to take? First is going to take is our Windows, which is a variable which to initialize that of the application. So the next we are going to do is the test, and this test is going to hold what now playing. We're going to show the music that we're playing, and then the next thing we want to actually do is to change the front text to be somewhere around white, and then once we want to change the background to be somewhere around red. So with this, we can try move it to this. Instead of make use of grid, we can make use of place to basically place it really well, because we make use of grid, it's going to tend to merge with this of our volume button. So we're going to make use of place to actually make it to be flexible for us. So I can say this of our showing labeled or what place. So I can make use of this place, and I want to place it on our X to be 1 and our Y to be that of the 180. This will help of our this place here. We can actually place our X in a particular position and our Y in a particular position. Instead of this, make use of this row here. You know, row is just going to grid our screen. Make use of this row in case if the screen is being gridded. So this way we can push our X to a particular position. Know that, let's say this icon here that I can, if you just follow my mouse icon, somewhere around here is 0, 0. So this is X increasing, and then going down is Y increasing. So let's run this and see what we're able to have. So if I run this, you can see we're able to get this now playing guy, which is this. Yeah, we can actually try to change the font and some of other things. Since we use place, it's not being pushed to that of our volume button. So since we use if it was grid, it's going to try to merge with it. Unless we give it something else to occupy that of the row, it's going to move down. But this is actually looking like that of our what we saw initially. So the next we are going to do is to actually get the music, because we are done with the setup that we need, all the setup we need to achieve our play button and everything, resume and next. So next is to get our music. We are going to explain to us different ways to get our music, because getting music can be a little bit quite tricky, but we're going to make use of a class, a method in OS module. That's why I imported OS module on top of this place. So we're going to make use of it, and then also let's just set for this of our exist button, because this of our exist button is not going to basically do more. So we're going to set the command here. So we can set the command. I'm going to say that our s dot what exist. This exist is going to exist our this. If I click on exist, nothing is going to happen. But when I close this, I run it again, I tend to have an error here. Exist error. Sorry, this s is not supposed to be. It actually exist, not exist. So let's run it again. This is what we're having. So if I hit on this exit, one of that is going to exist. So I'm going to change this text to exit, not exist. So I'm going to click on exist. You can see with the help of this CS, which stands for system, and then with the function exist, when I hit on that, it's going to exist our shell. So let me just remove this X here. So this is basically what I want us to do in this video. And next we are going to try to get our music, because when we hit on that play button, no music is playing on pause. So we're going to do that in the next video. So make sure to stay tuned for that video.